Alright guys, it looks like we're having another DLC for City Skylines, and this is Skylines Airport. City Skylines is of course the city builder made by Paradox Interactive. It was released in 2015 guys, 7 years ago, and still popping DLCs like it was a fresh game released just 1 or 2 years ago. So that's actually crazy, and I gotta say that this is the type of content that players have been asking for years, guys. Let's be honest, if you know City Skylines a little bit, you know that airports in City Skylines have been maybe one of the worst features of the game. They're just very unrealistic and non-functional, and they create a lot of traffic. They're just troublemakers, but still very important to make your city grow. But with this expansion, you'll be able to build terminals, lots of different upgrades. You'll be able to even level up your airport a little bit like the other DLCs allow you to do with the industries or universities. So it's basically the same principle, but with airports. And it's very interesting to see that this is actually keeping the interest around the title. I gotta say, I haven't played City Skylines for a while. I think I've uninstalled the game about a year ago, but that's definitely going to make me reinstall it and trying out. Really liking what I'm seeing here. I would say that maybe one of the drawbacks is that those airports here, especially looking at all these terminals, look quite gigantic, and they will probably take a large portion of not necessarily the map but the tile, right? And those tiles at the late game can be very expensive. Plus, especially if you play with the vanilla game, you only have 9 tiles for your city, so that's really not a lot, and that's probably going to be hindering the growth of your town. So that's one of the concerns that I have here, and I think that it also highlights the limitations of the current game, which was again designed in 2015 when computers were not nearly as powerful as they are now. And perhaps it's also about time that, you know, Paradox Studios stops releasing DLCs and starts on releasing a brand new City Skylines game that would perhaps be up to date with modern computer benchmarks. I think that would be great. Hopefully we're going to be less limited than we currently are. It's very difficult to grow cities with more than 200,000 inhabitants. Then the game starts to be very laggy, and it's just difficult overall for the cities to grow because it simply cannot compute any other entities at some point. So I really hope that they are going to improve their engine, and when they're going to have this new game City Skylines 2, if it eventually comes out, it's going to offer better performance and more option to players. Anyway, coming up with this DLC is another one, and I was really surprised to see this one here, positively surprised, and this is City Skylines Content Creator Pack, the Mac Pack, released at the same day as Airports, and this is one of those player created packs that is actually being published by Paradox Interactive, meaning that the content creator who created this pack is getting a little bit of money off the sales of this DLC. And I think that this is the first time that we are getting a map pack, a paid map pack. I gotta say that, you know, I've been created quite a few maps myself for City Skylines. It is extremely difficult to release a beautiful, convincing map that makes you want to develop your city on that map, and that just makes you want to stay for months or even years. And I gotta say that from the pictures that we are looking at here, these maps look absolutely gorgeous. I've always been a fan of those agricultural areas with tiny small rivers that just go through the fields, and I'm really liking what I see here. Seems like we're having tropical maps as well. And another thing that really appeals to me in City Skylines is the ability to create highway interchanges. And seems like yeah, we can definitely tell that Sanctum Gamer here, the creator of this pack, knows what he is doing. Can see that the roads get narrower as they're going to merge with this with the other highway here. Very, very nice looking interchanges. You know, the one thing that I don't like about, you know, those pre-made interchanges is that if they're already here, you don't get to make them yourself. That's the only issue here. But definitely look wonderful here. I really have a knack here for this particular. It's really hard to make a map with an actual river that flows nicely without having some kind of random waves that just flood the rest of your map, or eventually the river runs out of water. It's really tough balance here, but definitely looks like they were able to achieve that. I like also the visual aspect here. It looks very Australia-ish, very dry-ish. We don't really have a lot of desert type of arid type of maps, and definitely looking quite tempted with what I am seeing here. So there we have it. City Skyline Airports in the City Skylines content creator map, the map pack here from Sanding Camera, released today on Steam. Now, this is not the only one. We also have another DLC, but this one I am not interested about. This one, this is a Vehicles of the World. I'm gonna play the trailer here because this one I would not recommend. It looks absolutely ridiculous, mostly positive. I mean, cool for the creator, but I'm going to show you why I don't like this. First, you can find tons of vehicles on the workshop for free that you don't need to pay for. I gotta go to that. So this is what I don't like here, because they promote iconic vehicles from iconic cities, but that is actually not true. These are iconic vehicles from countries, not cities. For example, the Lamborghini Police, it's not just in Rome, it's all over Italy. The Shinkansen is not just Tokyo, it's all over Japan. Those particular buses, they're not just from Bogota or Berlin. You find them in plenty of other cities as well. This particular garbage truck here, we find exactly the same where I live in Taiwan, for example. This metro, those American ambulances, it's not just Los Angeles. So, and especially the TGV, you will never find a TGV driving, or at least going through Paris. The TGV goes all over France. So it doesn't make any sense to be labeling these vehicles as coming from particular cities. Same with the Toyota Coastal here. I live in Taiwan. We can see the same exact bus every day, everywhere. So I don't like that. I don't like the marketing around it, and I would not be recommending it. Then on top of that, you can find all these vehicles for free. So sorry, as much as I like the map here and the airport, this one kind of a bummer in my opinion. But that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do you still play City Skylines after all these years, after 7 years? I really want to try the airports, so I might give it a shot and make a few videos about it if you guys are interested. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. It's the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Joint Membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.